The next speaker is 802.11 Wi-Fi 10. I think IEEE is not working on that one yet?
We have a meeting next week, no, 2 weeks' time in Warsaw. So if you want to come along and start Wi-Fi 10, we can do that. Yeah.
So, Peter will take over the Wi-Fi 10 part.
Wow, the vice chair of 802.11. I feel like we've been in the presence of drainers. I want to say, after such a good technical series presentation, I want to apologise to Stephen for what's about to happen next. When Mark said I could go after this presentation today, he didn't tell me it was a vice chair of 802.11. So I do apologise, but here we go. This is everything that you need to know about Wi-Fi 10 in 10 minutes. But before we go, a word of warning. I feel I need to put this disclaimer up. Everything in this presentation is factually incorrect and untrue. Now we've got the disclaimer out of the way, on with Wi-Fi 10. Well, maybe the Wi-Fi 10 is actually based on the coming up 802.11bx standard to June 2042. It does implement the new super high increased throughput PHY layer with often data rates up to 42,000 terabits. And I know what you're thinking, but how does it do that, Peter? Well, it's okay, I've got the answers. It is due mainly based around quantum mechanics and the fact that every single access point will include an impulse engine built in. This will allow warp speed data transfers. That is right, we will be able to do faster than light speed data transfer. Now just imagine that. You know, the current generation, the younger generation, my children, they're used to getting everything now and they have to push of a button. We used to have to wait for things, not anymore. But the next generation of Wi-Fi 10 will be able to get things before they happen. Imagine watching the next Netflix series before it's even been released. Faster than light-speed communications with Wi-Fi 10. That is where it is. Now, every single AP, how is this achieved? It's because every AP will have a flux capacitor built in, so it can therefore tell us the future. This is technically all true, as I said in the beginning. So you might be thinking, but Peter, that can't be true. There is something called Shannon theory, isn't there? And Shannon theory tells us what the maximum data rate we can get over the RF medium is. You know, you have, and it basically says the channel bandwidth plus the noise dictates what the maximum bandwidth is. Well, there's very clever people at the IEEE, and they have worked out that actually they're doing away with Shannon theory. Yeah, they've now got Sham theory. What Sham theory says, the maximum data rate is whatever you believe it can be. And you see, we do know this is true because there was the great philosopher, Disney, who actually said once that the dream that you wish will come true. There we go, so that must be possible. But there's more. Because obviously, 802.11bx, Wi-Fi 10, has AI built in, as you'd expect. It does come with a HAL 9000 AI communication system. This is based upon Vulkan logic, and it uses 6-dimensional neural intelligence to do this. But what it does is it can reduce the amount of data you need to transmit. So this is how we get those really fast speeds. Think about it. If AI can predict what you're going to send before you send it, you don't need to send it. It's absolutely perfect, and that's exactly what we're doing with Wi-Fi 10. Now, it's also going to need new antennas. Okay, the antenna actually changed as well. We're actually going to use fractal antennas, and the thing with fractals is there's an infinite number of possibilities. So as well as these antennas looking really cool, look, you've got a little one looking like a tree, that would look nice on the back of your mobile phone, wouldn't it? With infinite amount of possibilities, it means that we can transmit in all frequencies at the same time. How cool is that with one antenna? And it also means we can both transmit and receive at the same time. So we can really start to enter a world of full duplex communications. Now, how is this possible over an hour of medium? Well, this is the real headline for Wi-Fi 10. It is pissed. No, I'm not talking about what happens on a night out. I'm of course talking about photon splitting technology. It allows full duplex communication. How does it work, I hear you ask? Well, that's quite easy. I've put the map on the screen for you. I think that's fairly self-explanatory, isn't it? Yeah, you all get that, okay. So, basically, this is taken from the 802.11bx standard, section 42.1.2.3.4. On photon splitting technology. You can see that photon splitting, taking a wide to 2y, that's you're splitting your photon, in a time-dependent, inhomogeneous, magnetized background is considered when two neutral and ultralight spin zero particles are coupled to two photons. Yeah? Great, I'm glad you're following. I won't bother reading the wax, because I know you obviously understand this. So you're saying, well, how does it all fit in? How does it work inside the AP? Well, here you go. I've created, this is a nice diagram showing how this all works. You have your, there we go, we have our auxiliary 1 and photon seed particle. And what happens is they go through the quantum fusion block. Through U is an unknown cubic operation on the polarization state. And then we go into the quantum splitting, that goes to our fractal antenna, and we get full duplex operations. Yeah. Now, some of you seem to be looking a little bit confused, so I'm sorry if this is going a bit too advanced for you. So maybe you need some lessons in physics if this is confusing you. So let's just go back to some physics basics. And today I will tell you all how to get back to physics, which you're really going to need if you're going to understand Wi-Fi 10 technology. Now, let's just go to some basic physics. We all know acceleration, yeah, is the rate of change in velocity. Yeah? We all know that, don't we? Can you chat? Good. And the jack is the rate of change of acceleration. And snap is the rate of change in jack. Crackle is the rate of change in snap, and pop is the rate of change in crackle. So what does that mean? Well, that clearly means that if you eat Rice Krispies, you can be better at physics. So a bowl of Rice Krispies every day with snap, crackle and pop will help you be better at physics. At least I think that's what it means anyway. Finally, the big question on everyone's lips, is Wi-Fi 10 secure?
No.
You know, you can rest assured it is, because all the data is sent in the clear. That is using quantum leading-edge advanced RSA. It's based on the Schrödinger's cat quantum theory, so what basically means is the data is both encrypted and unencrypted at the same time. Yeah? So we don't need to worry about all these complex encryption algorithms, because we don't actually need to encrypt it in the same time. While it's transmitting over the wireless medium, it can be considered both encrypted and decrypted at the same time. That's what quantum theory says. And it's only by the observer that when you observe it, if you're the intended recipient, it will be unencrypted, but anyone else who tries to observe it will obviously be encrypted for them. Brilliant. That's going to be the new encryption style. I do apologise. Final question, the big question of the final question: should I wait for Wi-Fi 10? Should I buy Wi-Fi 6, 7 APs today? Or should I wait for Wi-Fi 10? I'm afraid my answer has got to be absolutely not. Do not wait for Wi-Fi 10. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry.